Lights on, phone on, airplane mode, and we are live. Welcome to another video on the channel, my tigers. It's a great pleasure for me. It's Alex from Tiger ADA, and today we're speaking about the false God of approval. God is a very strong word. I personally believe to some extent in God. And why do I say false God of approval? How can approval be somebody's God? Because people believe that God must be either, Jesus or Muhammad in the Islam or Buddha or whatever. But God is a metaphor for something that you put on a pedestal. God is a metaphor for something that you idolize. And a lot of people literally live for approval. Approval is on top of their priority list, and that's how they formulate, that's how they manage their whole life to get approval. It can take the form in two places, and I'm going to discuss them in a little bit more detail. But keep in mind, like I say in every single video, that these processes are more unconscious. You can maybe go in the world and not seek approval verbally or just directly, but your behavior is of seeking approval. For example, let me give you one of the most basic examples. You seek the approval of your parents. So basically, you do everything in your life. You take all of your life decisions based on the approval of your parents. Your parents want you to be a swimmer, and then therefore you seek their approval. You want to become the swimmer, or you want, because they are critical of you, you want to have the best grades, the best friends groups, the best partner, the best career, etc., etc. So this is unconscious, subconscious, because the subconscious controls our behaviors. We need to analyze our behaviors in order to get deep, go into the inner world, therefore affect the outer world. I'm going to repeat this in every single video. You might get bored of it, but this is the most important message, especially nowadays when most of the influencers focus on the outside world, everything, maximizing your looks, maximizing your money, maximizing, I'm sorry about this, guys, maximizing your status, maximizing your income, your career, whatever, all the aspects in the outside world. But the unpopular opinion, the unpopular message is to go inside and find your weak spots, let them go, and therefore become a freer and a better person, and therefore get the results in the outer world that everybody is seeking. Which of them is approval? One of the most important things is approval. Now, what do I mean by false God? Why do I name the video like this? Because I see more and more people, especially in the social media space, where there are views, likes, posts, watchers, viewers, etc., audience. You see that this is the most important thing. And I see that a lot more people are more and more obsessed with social media, me including. We, in general, especially our generation, we are absolutely obsessed with social media. But this comes from the need of approval, because why would you really have the urge to post something online, post what you're doing, if you didn't care about the approval of other people? I'm not saying go on the extreme delete all of your social media, basically something that I did. I have only YouTube. I'm using actively only YouTube. But on the other hand, think about it. Why do you do this? I mean, you can post that this is something that I speak in all of my videos. It doesn't matter the action, it's the place where it's coming from. It doesn't matter if you post it or not. It matters why do you do it. Because, for example, there are a lot of instances that I know. One girl is posting a story just to get the attention of one singular boy that she likes. This happens all the time. And do you post the story because you feel like posting it, because you want to share this message or whatever it is? Which is, in my opinion, a little bit of cap. But do you post it because of yourself, or do you post it to get the validation, the approval of somebody else or of a group of people? Ask yourself these questions, and next time when you do a certain action, ask yourself, do you do this out of approval? This video that I told you before, that I mentioned, where I list all my approval-seeking behaviors, it's very interesting for you to watch maybe after this video. But we seek approval more than we think. And this is proven by the fact that a lot of people nowadays want to be famous. They want to be famous because of this. They are chasing fame. But first of all, fame, as you probably know, most of the celebrities, they are not happy with this fame because there are a lot of stalkers, paparazzi, no private life. And on the second point of fame is that ask yourself why you want this fame. And I'll tell you why. Most of people want fame. Most of us, guys, because we are conditioned, because the society, the programming, whatever you want to call it, is conditioned us in such a way that we believe we are not full on our own. We have no soul basically, and our value is determined by the outside world. That's why high value man, oh my god, this is the most popular thing that I already said in my channel, because I was also brainwashed a little bit. I already said high value man, this high value man has a lot of money, a lot of status, a lot of women, a lot of opportunities, a lot of connections, etc., etc. High value man. But before, I made a mistake to define a high value man by the outside world, which means that me, now, at 22 years old, sitting here with 167 subscribers, no status, no money, living in my mom's apartment, so this means that I'm not a high value person. This means that I'm shit. This means that I should punish myself. This means that I am not full inside of myself. And that's how it's created. I hope my personal example gave you some kind of idea how if you focus so much on the outside world, you always feel empty. Because if we set a goal and we achieve it, we are not satisfied with it. We set the next goal and the next goal. Focusing on the outside world makes us chase some ghosts. Basically, chase something that is not even real and not even important. And back on the topic of approval, when we feel like we are not good enough here inside of ourselves, if we don't have our own approval, we start to chase other people's approval, and we trick ourselves that with fame, with the followers, with the subscribers, with the people that like us and approve us and have good opinion of us, we're going to finally feel that void inside of us. We think that if we have a certain amount of people that approve of us, we will finally feel like good people, like well-rounded, good enough people. But what happens? It doesn't matter how many followers you have, because these numbers don't matter. It matters what you feel inside of yourself, and you can feel good about yourself only on the inside, without any followers, without any social media. You can, it's a possibility. And this is the brainwashing of our century, that we think that we are defined by our followers, that we basically say to ourselves that the approval of other people is more important than our own approval of ourselves. It's absolutely crazy in my opinion. But fame is illusion. Fame is thinking that when you reach a certain amount of followers, of people, of fans, let's say, you're going to feel good about yourself. But as you don't feel good about yourself, you chase more and more and more, and you think, yeah, maybe if I hit 1,000 subscribers, then 5,000, then 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, I'm going to feel good enough about myself. But the path is not outside, it's inside. Never forget this. When you have a certain problem, I speak here on the channel about a lot of different things, about anxiety, stress, guilt, shame, anger, all of these emotions, desire, like my last video. If there's a problem, if you don't feel well, start with the inside. Analyze yourself. Analyze which situation triggered you. Analyze why you feel like this. Why? Not try to fix it straight away with the outside world, but why? Because that's what most of the people do. They don't feel good about themselves, and the first thing they want to, yes, because I don't have enough money. Yes, because I don't have enough bitches. Yes, because I don't have enough opportunities, enough friends. They're so stupid. The problem is inside, because there are some people in the world, and you know this, and it's a cliche example, but there are some people in the world that have 5 times less possessions and assets than you, and friends and women or whatever. But they feel much happier. Because happiness is a state of mind, it's not a life circumstance. Because I'm going to repeat to you in every single video, but life is like this. All the time, up and down, up and down, up and down. It's what we have here inside of us, our body, soul and mind. That's what really matters. And approval is a false god that we are chasing on a day-to-day basis. When we have the meal inside of us, in front of us in the restaurant, and we post it on the story, subconsciously we are seeking the approval of other people. When we look at the people who are looking at our stories, when we look at the girls that are following us, when we are looking at how many likes our pictures have on Facebook or Instagram, or how many retweets we have on Twitter, or how many views we have on YouTube, analyze this behavior. We're seeking the approval because these things don't matter. And also, it's just numbers on the screen. And also, It's not going to make us feel any better. Trust me when I say this. Because it doesn't matter the number. I've had videos with more views, with less views. But the videos that have more views, they don't really matter. Really, they don't. They can be thousands. They don't really matter because I feel nice for 2 minutes and then it disappears and then I go to the next video. And I'm not saying it as a perfect human being that is not chasing approval at all. No, quite the contrary. I'm the guy who is basically lived his whole life chasing approval. And at some point I decided to go for the change. Of course, you cannot change drastically, but you can change slowly. And I decided to go for this change because this life filled with approval seeking, it's not a life worth living. Because this is something that you cannot get a grasp on. It's like you're chasing, you know, the example with the stick and with the carrot. The stick is like this, the carrot is put on the stick, and you always chase the carrot, but the carrot goes with you. Why don't you instead go inside of yourself and seek the approval of yourself and realize that these things are not important? Approval is really a fake god, a false god. Approval is something that we idolize so much, and we think that this is going to fix our whole life situation, but it's really not. What is an actionable step that I can give you for this video? Live authentically. Be absolutely yourself without caring about the approval. Yes, this advice can go, it's a double-edged sword. People can take it the wrong way. This doesn't mean to go naked on the street and stop caring what other people think. But don't seek the approval. Don't actively seek the approval. Of course, if you want to make some kind of friendship, connections, relationships, you kind of need the approval of the other person. But let this approval be because of your natural you. That's another topic, guys. If you attract people because of your high status, high bitches count, high money, high income, high endeavors, high body language or stuff like that, or blah, blah, something that is not you, then these are the not real people that you want to surround yourself with in the first place. Because kind of you get their approval by outside, but the real people that you're going to have close to you are the people who like the real authentic you. The moment you start being real authentic you, you automatically stop seeking approval, because you cannot agree with everybody on everything. It's impossible when you're yourself. Let's say you talk with one guy, a new guy, you're just becoming slowly friends, and he's telling you, what's your favorite, you're asking him, what's your favorite comedy show or rom-com or sitcom, whatever, and he tells How I Met Your Mother, and you say, me also. What's your favorite city in the world? Berlin. Me also. Who is your favorite football player? Messi. Me also. You know, always agreeing. This is a fake way to gain friends, because nobody likes this type of person. It's not interesting even. Maybe I'm going a little bit on the side. Maybe this is a different topic about the people pleaser. But trust me when I say approval gaining is pointless, because it's a never-ending game. Why don't you relax, be yourself? It's much more happier and nicer way to live, because these people don't care about you, guys. The followers don't care about you. So stop flexing. Stop trying to be something that you're not, or portray some image of you that you're not. There is no point. Really. Trust me when I say approval is a false god, and let's stop chasing it. If you're looking for transformational coaching, if you're looking for real life transformation, if you're looking to work with me one-on-one and to go in specifically deep into your own problems and find the reasons why, like we're talking in these videos, there is the first link in the description. You can find my one-on-one coaching. I'm very excited about this. This is my passion, and I cannot wait to get started working with each and every one of you who has interest, of course. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, guys, especially if you watched until the end. It was great pleasure for me, and I'll see you in the next one. Choose and stay Tigers.